YouTubers. Welcome yet again to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something very interesting. But first things first, like I always say, if you like the kind of stuff that I share out there, and you like what I give out there, like to support, kindly just give a thumbs up, like my videos, share them with with your friends through social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Google, Gmail. Use whatever platform that you have to share these videos, and I will greatly appreciate your support. So yeah, today I had a very interesting day. I spent most of my time in closed boardrooms, just going through what we do as a team, and looking at way forward, how far we've come, and that kind of stuff. And it got me thinking that it's very important that we speak about this subject of visionary leadership, because life is all about making it better for the future, and visionary leadership is all about people who think about the future, what it could be, and how it can be made better. Okay, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today. When you talk about visionary leaders, there has been we've had so many leaders in the past that were visionary leaders, and today we enjoy the benefit of having such people who had the vision and the courage and the faith to take it through. The likes of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mahatma Gandhi. We've got the likes of Martin Luther King, and so many other leaders who have lived and those who continue to live amongst us as they continue to push forward visions of making our lives better. And so today I thought, let me talk about it because of my experience today and the importance that I found on the subject matter. So you want to be a visionary leader. What does it take? What do you need to know about what you're about to get yourself into? And if you are trying to do it, what is it that you might just benefit from this talk? Stick with me on this throughout this video, and by the end of it, I'm going to give you valuable information that is going to help you to be that visionary leader that you want to be, and to bring the changes that you want in whatever endeavors that you're engaged in. So number one, as you know, visions are always about images. You need to be very good at creating your visions. And to do this, you need to have a lot of thinking. Visionary leaders are great thinkers. So you've got to be able to take time and think, okay? When you get that intuitive thought that something could be changed, and when you get that, pull towards changing things in a certain way, or starting whatever it is that you want to do to change things for the future, then you need to start paying attention and giving it more thought. And so I'm just going to tell you a small thing about thinking. Excuse me. Thinking is all about mental pictures. And what you will need for you to create clear thoughts is you might need to have a scrapbook, something that you can sketch your thoughts. You can put down your flow charts and your thought lines. You need to be able to sketch them down, write notes, and to be able to, just articulate the visions that you have in your mind on paper. That is very important. And so you will need to be taking time to think about whatever vision you have in a relaxed way. You need to be able to see all the details of your vision in a 3D kind of a situation where, you look at all the details, you look at all the angles, and you just nicely and, slowly listen to your intuitions and walk through your thoughts and then put them down on paper. That's important. Number two is going to be so related to number one, and because it's very important. You see, number two is re-imaging your thoughts. When you initially get a vision, it's not always very clear. And I'm going to deal with this in two parts, about re-imaging your vision to yourself and re-imaging your vision to your team. So let's talk about re-imaging your vision to yourself. First thing, you realize that you will have the first intuitive thought, and then you need to follow that trail. You need to Keep on thinking about it, getting more feedback from your mind, because your mind is a powerful tool. And the fact that you're thinking about it, it means that it is in you, and you've got the capacity to enlarge it and see it clear. And so you need to keep on thinking about it, looking at it critically, and trying to, understand that vision for yourself. And the same will happen when you get a team. You will need to transfer that image to your team so that they might be able to, understand it and see it the way you see it. So number 2 is very important, and this is about communication. Visionary leaders are great communicators. They are people who are able to articulate their ideas to their team members. You see, for you to implement your ideas and your visions, you need to transfer the same visions to another person so they can see it in their mind's eye the same way you do. And to do that, you need to have great communication skills. And part of communication, you see, people mistake communication to, you be the guy who is always talking. That's not the case. A good communicator is a person who is able to listen as well and respond accordingly. So you need to learn communication skills. You need to be able to articulate your point, to take in feedback, and to be able to respond through either changing your vision or enriching it or responding accordingly in whatever way you need to. And that is about communication. Number 3, you will need to have a value system. Visions are driven by values. You see, as I said before, visions are all about changing the world for the better. And so if your vision implementation is anchored on values like integrity, goodwill, as the will itself to just make change, and other value system that are going to build around your vision, that is going to build a stronger foundation for you to be a great visionary leader. Greatest visionary leaders were people who had strong value systems that they followed while implementing their visions. That's very important. And then number 4, you're going to need a team. And you see, for you to implement your vision, you need like-minded people. People who can see the good in people and in life in general. So you need to build a strong team that is going to support you while you are implementing your vision. Going back to the point of communication, to reiterate that you cannot afford to take anything for granted. You've got to always be going back and forth and trying to, communicate to your teammates or team players your vision. So let's say your vision is about digging a tunnel from point A to F, okay? And the tunnel is supposed to be 5 meters wide, okay? And it's supposed to be 6 feet under the ground level, and maybe it's supposed to be cylindrical, okay? And so you've articulated this vision to your teammates, and they're all good, they're all set. Do not assume that they will remember all the details of your vision. And so you should not be discouraged if they do not understand it a few days or, so forth going forward, or if they've forgotten the details of your vision. So it is upon you to go back to them and ask them, what are we doing? They tell you, oh, we're digging a tunnel. They say, great. What kind of a tunnel? They tell you, it's cubic. You say, no, it's cylindrical. Then you ask them, what's the diameter? They tell you, it's 10 meters. They say, no, it's 5 meters. And then you ask them, how does it run? They tell you, okay, we're digging it from F to A. You tell them, nope, we're digging it from A to F. Because you are the vision bearer and you understand, and you've got reasons why things have to be done in a certain way. And so you've got to be able to articulate that to your team members. That takes me to point number 5, I believe. And that is, you've got to have a master plan. Great visionaries are people who had strategic planning. You've got to be a very good leader as far as strategic planning is concerned. So you need to develop your strategic planning skills. You need to be able to be the kind of a person who thinks ahead, plans ahead, and can see different scenarios and plan for them. You need to have all these contingency plans and what ifs that come with implementing your vision. So you've got to be the person who thinks ahead of himself, because you're thinking about the future. So you must have a good strategy for you to implement your vision. Above that, you've got to be charismatic. And that takes me to the whole point of reimaging, communicating, and leadership. You see, great leaders have got great charisma. Some people are born with it, and just like muscle, they've got to work on it to make it better and stronger. Others do not have it, and they can work on it. So, but if you want to be a visionary leader, you've got to be the kind of a person who can inspire people to love and own your vision. And this takes a great deal of charisma. You've got to be able to inspire people, speak to their hearts, and be able to make them own the vision that you have and walk in the same direction as you do while implementing that vision. And last but not least, you've got to have faith, okay? Visions are based on things that do not exist. Images that we have in our minds. Can you imagine the guy who invented electricity or telephony? These ideas must have seemed impossible in the beginning. But you must understand that as long as your dreams are about changing life for the better, you're not alone. The universe is going to create enough forces. It's going to bring you the right information. It's going to bring the right team, the right resources. And so you must believe that there is a force out there. If you call it God, if you call it the, infinite intelligence, or whatever it is, you must have faith in your vision, that there is goodwill in the universe that is going to support your cause, and you just have to keep moving, because along the way, you're going to come along so many, bottlenecks, you're going to have so many challenges, and so you must be willing to be the last person to, in fact, you should never give up. You should be the guy who is left convincing everybody else to stick to the plan. And so you should be willing to stick with the plan no matter what. Because your vision, if you can think it, you can have it. Okay? Thoughts become things. So you must develop a lot of faith in your strategy. Those are some of the things I think that are very important for you to be a visionary leader, and I hope that this has been a mind opener to you. Well, until next time, thanks a lot for checking on my channel, and subscribe to it if you have not already subscribed to my channel. And you can also like my Facebook page, which is Life Hacks, and let's keep the conversation going. God bless and goodbye.